You heard about all that lead in the drinking water in Flint, Michigan? That's due to corrosion. Corrosion. C-O-R-R-O-S-I-O-N. Corrosion. The word corrosion sounds a lot like the word erosion or erosion. And erosion is the slow wearing away of rocks or the environment via natural means over a long period of time. But that's kind of similar to what corrosion is. Corrosion is the eating away or slow destruction of metals, usually, over time, usually by chemical action. It can be worsened by physical action or other things, but usually it's chemicals that react with our metals, which slowly destroy it. It's not a good thing. The most famous example of corrosion, I think, is rust. If you have a chunk of pure iron sitting on your desk, it's a beautiful, reflective, silvery chunk of iron. Well, it is not going to look like that over time because air, oxygen, is surrounding that chunk of metal, and the oxygen is going to react with the iron, creating that reddish orange colored rust on the outside, and that has different properties from the pure iron, and it might crumble away. That outer layer might crumble away, and it's no longer going to look pretty. It's also going to leave a lot of junk all around it, because I'm sure the rust can be scraped off pretty easily. It's brittle. The rust isn't going to be as magnetically conductive. I mean, we're changing the properties when the metal corrodes, so it's not a good thing. Mechanical engineers like me or biomedical engineers would be concerned about corrosion because you do not want your metal implants in your body to corrode. That would be horrible. Imagine rust floating around in your body. Awful. Chemical engineers, civil engineers are concerned with corrosion. Go back to that Flint, Michigan story, which is really sad. The city of Flint, Michigan tried to change their water source a few years ago. Based on investigations of chemical and civil engineers, we now know that the lead pipes of Flint, Michigan ended up releasing lead into the drinking water because of corrosion of the pipes. You see, when Flint, Michigan changed their water source, they forgot to, let's just say they forgot to add in an anti-corrosion chemical. So the chemical that normally was flowing through these lead pipes was going to prevent the lead from slowly being eaten away. But instead, there was no anti-corrosion chemical in there, and so the lead pipes, they started to corrode because of the new water source, and it started to eat away, chip away at that lead inner part of the pipes, and the lead could dissolve basically into the water supply, and that's how it got into the drinking water. So we need to think about corrosion as engineers, pretty much across all the engineering fields except for maybe software engineering, but even then you might argue they could think about it. Corrosion is our important engineering word of the day. Hey, this is your engineer, Pius. I host the Engineering Word of the Day podcast, and I also post a longer podcast called the K-12 Engineering Education Podcast, and that is all about, you guessed it, engineering education. If you'd like to learn more about that awesome podcast, go on over to k12engineering.net and check it out.